Hello, everyone. Welcome to Simply Felicity. I know I've got a kind of a different background, doing things a little bit differently today. We had to switch platforms, but I am happy for everyone who is here, who has found me. Got a great show today. I can say that with confidence because I have interviewed this woman now. I believe this is the third time. And I'm just so honored every single time that she keeps coming back, and she just keeps doing cool stuff that I want to interview her about. And so I'm just happy that she allows me to. I want to go on ahead and share this, and I invite you to please share this too. Those of you that are watching, I'm going to get this on my main page. While I'm doing that, going to do a quick commercial. I told you guys last week that I now have some merch that has come in for those of you that want to support Simply Felicity. Last time I showed you the sticker that you'll get after being a supporter for a few months with our little logo here. And this time I reveal after another month, you will get the Simply Felicity mug. So woohoo. So not only do you get to know that you're just helping me to continue to do these videos and to share all this information with you all, but you've got merch that will come your way for doing that. So go ahead, look on my patreon.com/felicityjoy, and it would be awesome to have you as a new supporter. So today, as I said, I have with me three-time guest. I think I've interviewed her more than anyone else on my show, and it's such an honor to have her back. Lourdes LaVoy, thank you for being here.
Hi, it's a pleasure always. I love being on your show. You're amazing.
Oh, thank you so much. You've in a short time. Oh wow, I just like went all kind of disappeared here. I switched the view and then everything got goofy. Let me see. Oh, wow, that is so funny.
You blended with the...
I know. It's too funny. Oh, my goodness gracious. You know what? I'm just going to have everybody look at you for a minute while I fix myself. But having you, here I'm back. Okay. Having you back because you have got a new book. We had you on with your very first book, Create Option C, which I want to just get that name out there because if you're watching me here on Facebook, you want to join Create Option C. It's a really great group, gotten so much wonderful advice from there and just tips and things about staying healthy. One of the most important things that we can do, to give you a little background, Lourdes is not just a cancer survivor, but a thriver. She actually almost died from cancer and kind of helped raise herself back from the dead, doing a ton of research, becoming kind of scientific level knowledgeable on what was going on in her body to be able to heal herself, which wasn't going to happen if she had only just trusted her doctors and done everything that they had recommended. So now she's made it her life's mission to help other people, not just heal from cancer, but also just from, all kinds of diseases through natural eating, through eating as God intended for us to. So that's exactly what this book, three-week step to a healthier you does. Healthy you?
Yeah, it's a 3-week step into a healthier you.
3-week step into a healthier you. So welcome everyone, Lourdes LaVoy. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I asked her if she had a copy of the book to show us, and she does not, because in typical Lourdes fashion, tell them what you did with your last copy.
I have more copies coming in today, but I had one last copy that I kept for myself, but someone had reached out who is dealing with a severe health issue. Well, her husband is, who has cancer, so I sent it to them.
Absolutely. What's been neat about following Create Option C is you've been showing some people's health journeys. Yes. And this one guy, like straight away, released like 10 pounds in those 3 weeks. Now he's up to 28 pounds. Has he met his 30-pound goal?
Actually, by the end of 3 weeks, he had lost 28 pounds, and
Wow.
now his goal was to lose 30, so he has reached his goal.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, so was it 10 pounds in the first week?
Yes.
Oh
But
my
the first
God.
week, yeah, because the first 2 days he lost 3 pounds.
Wow.
So he was like daily just kept dropping a pound. Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's the book. What happens is, even if you're not trying to lose weight, if there's any inflammation or any bad fats or stuff when you're doing this, it kind of reduces that. And that's where the weight loss comes from. Most people are busy trying to lose the fat when the majority of the weight is inflammation. So you may see fat, but there's so much inflammation that creates more girth, if you will. And when you weigh yourself, you're having not only this weight issue, you're having also health issues. And this kind of removes that so you get back to the healthier you.
In fact, if someone was just looking to get healthier and didn't even care about losing weight, would you recommend this? I would, knowing you, if you could market it just as getting healthier, you probably would, right? Like but people are really focused on the weight thing. That's what gets
Yeah.
people kind of excited. But I know for you, it's really about the health.
Yeah. And actually, when I wrote the book, I wrote it not about losing weight. I actually wrote it about being healthier. Like
Yeah.
even if you feel healthy, you'll be amazed when you take these 3 week step where you turn around and go, wait, I really feel healthy. There is a difference because you're getting so used to feeling a certain way that you can't tell the difference till you can. And that's kind of why I wrote the books. I figured if I can get people to change certain things in their diet that they have right there in their home, it will help them to not only feel good, but if there's certain things happening in their life, whether it's weight gain or just in general wanting to feel good, this will help them. It's just that when you're trying to get healthy and if you're overweight, there is issues there. And when you get healthy, the weight just naturally comes off. So, most people try to go on a diet, but it's really just eating healthier. When you eat healthier, you don't have to go on a diet. It does it for you.
Wow.
So,
So tell me about when you said with things that people have in their homes.
yes.
Tell me your response. I've heard this so often lately that I actually wondered if it came from mainstream media. I'm like, how are people getting this pumped into their brain? Eating healthier is more expensive.
Yeah, that I've never understood. Because they'll go, oh my gosh, if I buy this, it's like even if you go organic, like if you go organic or you go to the farmer's market, there is no way that 30 cents or 20 cents a pound of bananas is more expensive
It just
than if you
isn't.
go get a thing of steak that's going to cost you $10 or $15. No. So when you look at healthier, when you go into the produce section and you start picking, if you spend, you don't want to spend $100 worth of produce because it's going to go bad
It's
before
gonna
you,
go bad, right?
right? That's just way too much food. You couldn't eat that much, but you would easily spend $100 just buying all the other junk. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
With your
So
preservatives, and that will last y'all. It could last y'all a month.
exactly. Right. So if you want to eat healthy and you just start getting different types of vegetables, and I mean go colorful because every color is a different vitamin, a different mineral, a different nutrient. So in between all those, and you're putting these combinations together and you're using the herbs to flavor them up, not only do they taste good, now you're actually eating to nourish your body because that's the whole purpose of eating. The purpose of eating is to nourish your body. But we've gotten
Please
so
remind us.
you know so and that's the whole reason of eating is that the body needs to be nourished. But if you're just filling it up with fillers and nothing is giving you any nutrients, it's not giving you what your body runs on, eventually the body's going to the body actually does start breaking down immediately, but you don't feel it till later, till it really gets in there. And then you start seeing weight gain and inflammation and joint pain and back pain and diabetes issues, sugar levels start going crazy. Like all these things start happening, but it just goes back to what am I putting in? If what I'm eating isn't nourishing me, why am I eating it? Because it tastes good? Why can't I just get something that's going to nourish me and also taste good? Why break my body down? So it's you're either building a body or you're breaking it down.
You must have been encouraged by some of the feedback you got in the Create Option C group as people were responding to your various recipes and things like that. And so,
Yes.
knowing it's not just you, but this stuff is really tasting good.
Yeah.
How did you come up with the specific plan that you have going? Is it what you followed, trial and error, or did you continue? Have you been doing more research to learn about what would help most people?
Well, what I did, well, yeah, both. I'm constantly researching, constantly on a daily. I think it's important to always research because just like even in science, they're always learning. They don't go, oh, this is it, and then they stop because then there's no more work for them, right? The work comes in consistently learning something new, searching to see what works. And the more I learn about these different types of herbs, nuts, seeds, and produce, it's interesting because the list of the ingredient, or the compounds that are in it that actually help your body heal is amazing. So you can only put so much in a book. So I kind of just got to the gist of it, because it would be several books if I had to put just on just like, here's an example, an orange. You can go, oh yeah, vitamin C, but it's got more than just vitamin C.
Mm,
It's the flavonoids, and it's just the list of what an orange has would take a few pages.
wow.
The list of what an apple has and does would take a few pages.
Wow.
Broccoli, cauliflower, carrots. If you look at all these things, it's not just two or three things, but what I did was I got to the gist of,
Okay.
so that people understood all these things are anti-inflammatory. All these things you're going to be eating um, will help reduce anything that's in the body that's not working so well. All these things are going to help the heart and the circulatory system and your, it's just your immune system, especially. So it's all the things that's in the book is to make sure that you're building your body to a healthier you.
Mm.
So when they're following those steps, honestly, it's if you stick to the steps, you will see results immediately.
And that is a part of your story as well, learning about immediacy. I mean, you were kind of on death's door when you really began this journey, so you weren't looking at things that could help you in a month or 2 months. I mean, you were looking at things that would make an impact right away, so you certainly know about the immediacy. I think it is interesting how, if you when you begin to think of food as nourishment, as we think of it as medicine, it is amazing, like when you cut certain things out, how fast your body reacts
Yeah.
to foods. Like, it's like, wow. I mean, it's like taking a hit of something. It's like, what in the world, right?
Oh yeah.
But it keeps bringing you back to it, just like allowing your body to experience how
That's
good that it is. So yeah.
crazy. Oh yeah, no, and that's the thing. Even in the book, I have different recipes of juices, and it's really critical to be doing to make these juices and take them on a daily basis because it really does saturate your cells. And when all your cells in your body are saturated with its nutrients, it has no other choice but to do its job. It doesn't have anything in the way of what it needs to do.
Mm,
Uh, I know even when I have had some people say, "Oh, well, I can't do lemon because lemon bothers my stomach," and da da da. Lemon actually isn't acidic in the body. Lemon actually alkalines. So a lot of times what happens is it's our combination of foods.
right.
We'll eat certain combinations and then go, oh, I ate this and it hurt my stomach. And it's not that that particular produce hurt your stomach. It was the combination of what you put together that hurt your stomach.
Right.
So if you're going to have lemon water, you shouldn't be drinking lemon water while you're eating something because lemon water alkalines. Well, if
Mhm.
your body's alkaline, it can be acidic enough to break down the foods. Bless you. So when you, one of the things I mentioned in the book, I won't go too much into it because just got to get the book.
Yeah.
But is that in the morning when you on an empty stomach, when you take a half of lemon and squeeze it into some warm water and you drink that in the morning on an empty stomach, you don't have nothing to eat or drink for 10 minutes. So now it goes in, it's not hurting you at all. You're not feeling bloated, but you're letting it go in and you're getting the vitamin C's, you're getting I mean, there's just
It's
You have to be
amazing,
careful 'cause I don't
actually.
want to
I
get too
know
much
I
information.
learned that from you, the lemon water thing, the warm lemon water. It's been life changing. I don't know all that's behind it. I just heard you say, and it
Oh,
was something simple, which I really like about the approach of the book. Like you really help people transition. You're
yes,
very specific to try to just be like, because I think when you help people transition, you can make it a lifestyle.
right.
So I thought it was really cool that you had that strategy. But
Yeah,
anyway, it was just one of the things that I heard you say. And I'm like, you know what? That's easy enough.
yeah,
Like I'm gonna just like incorporate this and see if I don't feel bad, I'm just gonna keep doing it because it's too dang easy to do. And Lourdes says it's good. Well, my goodness, it just like if I go out of town or if I forget to bring or something like that, I feel it. I don't start feeling as cleansed as I do. It just like it feels like a whole body palette cleanser. Like now I can start the day.
yes.
Um, but
Yeah, that was
anyway,
the point for the book too, is because I've had a lot of people, especially with health issues, that when I send them an email of like all the things like a protocol, they love it. But then they're like, wow, this is a lot of stuff. How do I? So I thought if I can help people incorporate a healthier them without it being bombarded, right? Just one ingredient added into your lifestyle daily.
yeah.
While you're doing your own normal stuff, you're just adding another. So before you know, you've pushed out pretty much all the bad stuff because each day something new was added. So you can only put so much in your body in a day. And that kind of just break down, do this, wait 10 minutes, do this, wait
It's
30
funny
minutes.
how people don't tend to binge on healthy things. It's just not really something, there's like something within it that doesn't really allow you to do it. Like it's not necessary,
Yeah,
which helps us to understand there are actual addictive qualities in the
yes.
processed and other things that we're eating, right? Like they're
Absolutely.
literally addictive. If you eat natural food, you won't overeat. It's
Yeah.
not in it for you to do. You'll feel you'll activate like you're being satiated
Yep.
and you'll just be done and you'll be fine and you won't be thinking about putting something else in or whatever. So
Exactly.
there's
Especially
so
now
many
when you
little
look
changes.
around when you look around and everybody's in fear panic, um, when you look at how the immune system works, right? I mean, just in general, we think of, oh, well, if I get this jab, right, it's going to build the immunity. So then you're now agreeing that when you are naturally exposed to something, your immune system works. If the
Mm,
immune system works, why are we overstepping nature by putting something through the skin and into the bloodstream? Because you're saying, oh, then my immune system will recognize it. Well, then you're admitting that your immune system works. So if your
wow.
immune system works, then you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is eat healthy. If you're eating healthy and you're getting all the nutrients and compounds that the body needs in order to run right, well, when you're exposed to it, it's going to filter through the skin, it's going to filter through the nose and all. So it's going to do these steps first. And then the body starts doing its job and the immune system starts doing its job. And then you build the antibodies. And even better yet, the T cells are inside the cells, which is where a virus goes into the first place. T cells is a lifetime. Antibodies can come and go. But once you have T cells built, it's done. For the life of that, you will always knock it out with no problem because that's what T
Wow.
cells do. So that's why when people say, well, are you getting it? No, because the whole purpose is to build an immunity. So you're already admitting in that terminology, in that language, in that sentence, that my immune system works. So why am I doing anything that a man made when God already gave me my immune system? It's just that if I beat up my body, if my immune system is compromised, even if I take this, it's already compromised. So all of a sudden that's going to make the immune system work? No, if my immune system is compromised, it's a compromise. So if
So
I
you've
want,
already explained why so many people, actually so many more people are getting sick after getting the jab.
yes,
That explains it because you've
yeah,
overstepped now
yep,
what your body could actually do on its own.
on its own. And that's the thing is it's with your immune system, when things go in it, It has all these different little things that it says, okay, and it creates it for that and creates it for that. But when you take something else unnaturally, what happens is you wipe all that out, and now you only have it for
Mm.
that one. And then something comes along, and now you don't have anymore. You've wiped it out. But if you just let nature do its thing, right? Because it's not the same as going straight into the bloodstream. When you are exposed, there's filters that it has to go through first while the body starts building an immunity, which is why it's a lifetime immunity. And I know they've said, oh, but then the antibodies are gone. That's why T cells are there. So the immune system is a complex, amazing thing that our bodies have. And if we treat it right, if we stay away from not the sugar from the fruit, but just sugar in general that breaks down your body. If you stay away from processed food, from foods that it's just fillers. It's just filled you up, but it did nothing for your body.
Mm-hmm.
If you're giving the body what it needs, you feel good. If you're feeling good, that means you're not sick. If you're not sick, that means your immune system is doing its job. And if you get exposed to something in nature, your body will build an immunity. And when people say, oh, but that's not, no, it is true. Because if it wasn't true, then why even get that? Because your immunity doesn't work. It can't
Well,
work only for that and not for the other. It makes no sense.
I just have to say, I love listening to you, probably because you are self-educated science. You make so much, you make science interesting but understandable, I think, because you are self-educated. I always listen to you like, I understand everything she's saying. Like, it makes sense when Lourdes says it, If I talk to somebody who went to school for it, I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't. So
Okay,
anyway.
they get too not even wordy. They get too scientific, but don't break it down or just to normalize what it means.
Yeah, I mean,
Sometimes,
you definitely took the path God wanted you to take, because I mean, you're just a real gift to the average person. And nowadays, it's probably always been good if we had more understanding. Nowadays, it could be life or death,
yes.
what you understand.
Oh,
So to have someone who can kind of explain it to me like I'm 5, it's a gift, It's
gotcha.
it's a real blessing to have that. And I want to point this out. Obviously, when it's coming, to the jab, to this whole thing, we are now in cult mode, right? I mean, we're not really talking about logic for a lot of these things. Everything is coded with fear, with propaganda. I just read this the other day that in the last 3 months, fear and anxiety are now tied with obesity as a predictor of whether or not you will die if you get COVID.
Yeah.
That is amazing. That fear and anxiety weren't even on the charts in the beginning. And so they have done an incredible job lacing people with fear. And I mean, wow, look at how powerful, our mind, our emotional state is, cortisol. Look how powerful all of that is. You know what I mean? That it could be tied with even like just physical girth being on you. It is just as powerful.
Well, it's interesting because it's in our first book, which is Our Journey to Option C, which is also on Amazon. In our story, through our journey, my husband and I, it's one of the things that we actually address is fear, because there are 2 types of fear. You have fear of, if there's, you don't want to go in front of a car that's coming at you, because the fear is, if I do that, chances are I'm going to die. There's knowledge behind that.
Right.
Why I'm scared of if I jump off a cliff. There's a reason, right? These are reasons we know. Then you have fear of the unknown. Fear of the unknown is, oh my gosh, I don't know if I take that, what will happen? Or if I do this, what will happen? It's the unknown. And so I always say it's okay to have fear to avoid danger. But there's a problem when you have fear of the unknown and you just stay there, because your adrenaline and everything that starts kicking in slows down everything that runs the body, so that all the energy can be used to get you out of that danger. So you
Mm,
run faster. You all of a sudden have the strength that you can lift up a car and get the person out of there. Those are okay because that's only going to last for so long. But when you're terrified or, oh my gosh, and this is daily, your body goes into fight or flight mode. It doesn't know the difference that you're trying to get out of a danger or that it's just that you're fearful of something you don't know.
right.
So now your immune system is being compromised. So when they want you to, avoid getting sick, but they're giving you tools to stay sick, right? Let me scare you and you're fearful and oh my gosh, and put this on and stay, and you're doing all these things. And then you're consistently, wherever you go, are constantly reminded of this fear. Your immune system is already being compromised.
Right.
So none of that makes sense. The best way to tackle that is to understand.
Mm,
When you have knowledge of something, there's no longer fear. If you understand that we are literally surrounded by thousands of viruses on a daily basis, bacteria, we are constantly, we're out, we're always surrounded by that. But that's the thing that keeps our immune system strong because it's
right.
always working, right? You don't use it, you lose it. So it's always being used. So when something comes up that's new, well, it filters through the skin, it filters through the nose, hairs, and all that, and it finally goes in, and by then the body's already doing its job to recognize that, say, this shouldn't belong here, and then it starts getting rid of it. Antibodies start getting built, T cells are becoming strong, and they're in there. So when something shows up again, it's got it.
Mm,
Even if they say, oh, well, there's a variant. Variants are similar to what already is out there. So in order for the body to think of something completely different, it has to be almost completely different. It can't be
mm,
like 80% the same because the body will still recognize it and will still get rid of it like it's nothing. So when you start educating yourself and you really get that and you go, oh, I'm fine. I don't need to do any of those things that I don't know what will happen. But I do know that what will happen if I'm exposed naturally, what my body does, as long as you're not going, well, I'm 100 pounds overweight, I keep eating these chips, then not even the jab is going to help you.
right. Right.
Period. Your immune system is already compromised. And when you do that, you just compromised it some more.
Yeah.
So just eat healthier.
Yeah, there you go. There's the answer there. So you've done quite a number, you're doing quite a number of things. You've got the book to help to educate people, but you've also got a movie that you all have been working on. You're updating me a little bit before the show. Tell everyone about that. It's really your journey, your life story, into creating Option C. So tell us where that's at this point.
Well, we've completely finished the rewrites and everything on the true story. And so while we were finishing that up, we also then started writing a TV series called Naturally.
Hmm.
And so we've met up with a few people that have the platform for us, a couple others who are putting up the funding. And we got now a couple names in the show already, which is really exciting. So it's literally just putting things together. And so hopefully by the end of the year, we will start pre-production and get both the movie and the series going. So we're really excited about it.
How amazing to have a series even called Naturally,
Yeah.
but are you like kind of highlighting a natural way of living in some types of ways? I mean, here's the thing I was saying, like we're into kind of cult mode where, things are being given a status. They've got the whole media behind them. They have entertainment behind them. They make things sound cool. You're either a part of this culture or you're not. So
Yeah.
this sounds really awesome as sort of a countercultural approach. Like there are a lot of us out here who are not believing in this, but we don't necessarily see ourselves reflected in entertainment or media. So is that kind of the track that's going down?
Yeah, so it's kind of like real life, where in the story, the characters will encounter the very thing you just mentioned.
Wow.
I don't want to say too much, but you know what I'm saying. Like everything you just mentioned, it will tackle each one of those in the process of helping a different story each episode on
Ah,
their journey. And a lot of it's like kind of underground, kind of what they have to do thing.
that's
So it's
exciting.
going to be, yeah, it's going to be, I don't want to say too much because it'll give it away, but it'll be educational at the same time, very entertaining. So it's pretty much you're watching this dramatic story
Yes.
unfold. Um, but at the end of each episode, we will be actually having little clips of the actual products that were used in the episodes to fix whatever that issue is,
Wow.
just so people know about that product. Mhm.
This is exciting. I mean, I'm definitely a believer that there is, first of all, we are living in a very dramatic time. You
Yes.
just have to be creative to see the options, to see the possibilities of, what's out there and what can be done. So, I mean, just hearing what you said, I mean, it's sparking my imagination. Like, wow, it's really reminding me of what a dramatic time we're living in. It's
Yeah.
really something that we can take advantage of in a positive way, and and help people sort of realize, hey, you know what? As opposed to just being always down and, oh, look what they're doing, look what they're doing. You know what? We are having the adventure of a lifetime right now. I
Yes.
mean,
Yes.
not everyone gets chosen to live through such a period in history, things that will be remembered forever. So, that's something that entertainment helps us do. It helps us to feel a little better about the
Yeah.
days that we live in. So already your description is encouraging to me.
Thank
So
you.
you've also got some speaking engagements coming up. So if anyone is
Yes.
in the Nashville area or is interested, I want to make sure they know about
Yeah.
that.
And I'll definitely share the link with you. So it's going to be October 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday of October next month. So exciting. It's in Nashville, Tennessee. And yeah, Nashville, Tennessee. We will be getting a link soon from the Truth About Cancer folks. So that's who we are actually doing the speaking engagement with. And it's going to be so amazing because there are going to be so many doctors and scientists and health advocates and authors and everybody just out there and on so it'll be like each day will be someone different, but it will be every hour and an hour someone else.
Wow.
The education and the information inspiration is going to be amazing, and so we
Wow.
get to be part of that.
That is fantastic. I mean, just in case people think that the world has forgotten, there is another C word that can be kind of dangerous. It's like, where'd it go? Where did every other disease go? It's all
Yes.
morphed into this other C word. But
Yeah,
it's
it actually somehow miraculously cured all the rest.
amazing where people, can't get, medical attention that they need sometimes because of that, and
Yeah.
things like that, because of the hysteria and everything they've created. Well,
Yes.
listen, there are people who've remembered that that's not the case. Other people do still need information about cancer, but wouldn't it be great
Yeah.
not to need the hospitals if you're in that situation? So,
Yeah.
it's funny because before, what may have seemed like, oh, that seems so controversial to maybe find out a healthy way
Yeah.
to deal with what I'm dealing with, now it's kind of like they're like, well, I'm being rejected, they don't want me anymore. Like, I better find something else out because they don't care. Hey, they never cared. So how about how about just go get the healthy information? How about that? It's your
It's
best.
true. Yeah, I had someone who is dealing with that right now because of what's going on. Well, they're not getting any treatment or any of the things
Wow.
unless they do something that they choose not to. Yeah. And I'm
Interesting.
like, really? So it isn't about saving the life because unless they do it your way. And if not, they can just go ahead and die. Yeah. And there was another friend of mine who also reached out to me because there's when you're around certain people that have had certain things done, you kind of start getting things that make you end up feeling certain things because of it.
Yep.
And that's what happened to a friend of mine who their I won't say names, but their stepdad had to do dialysis, but in order to do dialysis had to take it. If they did not take it, would not get the dialysis. And it's like, wait, what?
Oh my God.
So if they don't get the dialysis, which could cost them their life, that's not your concern. But what your concern is that they take this in order to get that. So he had no other choice. But since then, his whole family has gotten sick after he got that.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
yeah.
I
So,
actually experienced some symptoms like that. It was like in the first 2 months after my family had gotten it, some family members that I visit like once a week.
yep,
And I do not get headaches, and I was getting headaches. And
yes,
so, thank goodness for, some of the natural things I had learned about,
yep,
I just got
cleansing.
some of that pine needle tea.
Pine needles, oh my gosh. I
Yeah,
love
and
pine
that sounds
needles.
so tasty. Wow.
Yeah,
I was
I
surprised.
take that, and it's so funny you say that because I'm constantly on top of I take that every day.
It's
I got the actual supplement of it, but because they have the teas, they have it all. But I do the pine needles, I do the D3 raw D3, I do the raw zinc, I do. So I'm constantly taking all these different things that I think it's called the Q9. Anyway,
oh yeah.
so I've literally been taking all these different things,
Yeah, because you
and
never
it
know who
makes
you're
a
gonna be
difference.
around.
Oh yeah, and then the foot detox, which by the way I love. It's the machine. I wrap the thing around my feet, go in the water, and it just pour. Just the stuff that comes out is crazy.
Wow.
In fact, I'll give you an example. I was around somebody who I had not known had gotten it, right, and we were eating and stuff, and I had gotten this tea, and they wanted to know what it tastes like. So I took off the lid and I let them taste it. Now, mind you, I had no clue till after the fact that they had gotten it. And of course, I sipped it. I didn't drink much of it, but I sipped it because I bought a large one so I could drink it later. Um, but then afterwards, I found out they had. And I was like, oh crap. So my daughter, anytime she's been around someone who has, she always gets a headache. Always. She ended up with a headache. I gave her, some really fixed natural herbs that gets rid of it. And I could feel, because I've been constantly taking stuff, so I don't get affected as much anymore. But when I used to, I was constantly like coffee and I'm a foot detox. It's cleanse, juice, right? To keep your body 100%. But when I did the foot detox this time, interesting enough, because usually all this brown stuff comes out and little speckles and stuff. We had to do with the liver. Each one means something.
Yeah.
This time when I did it after the sip thing, my water, which never has happened ever, not even when I was fighting cancer and did that, was black. The water was black.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, I
Lourdes.
took pictures of it because I'm like, no one will ever believe this. I took the pictures. I have the pictures of it, but it was like, so you saw the brown stuff normal, and then you just see black water. Never happened before, and that's just from
That
doing,
is from a
this,
sip.
a sip, or sharing a sip.
This person's water would be, I don't even know.
So
That
I
is
can't even
not a
imagine.
good sign.
Yeah. So when I did that and I looked, I was like, whoa, and so I stayed on top of it and stuff. And then of course my grandson was with us, and because he's teething, he's 4 months old, and he's doing the little teething thing, started a month ago. And he just does, the normal saliva, nothing
Yeah.
major. But the next day, because he was with us, it wasn't a little bit, it was just pouring out.
Oh my
And
God.
I was like, so what do I do for him?
Yeah.
And my brain, I have to
Of
figure this
course.
stuff out. And I'm like, I got to figure this out. He's little. He can't do foot detox. He can't do coffee. And like, there's nothing I can give him. And I went to bed and I'm just trying to think this out. And I always throw out, what can I do? And Epsom salt came to my mind. So I'm like, can babies do Epsom salt? Absolutely. Did Epsom salt for him. 20
Wow.
minutes. 20 minutes. That's it. 20 minutes of the bathtub. The pouring of the saliva, I mean, like pouring the whole day, right? Like, so that's why the next day I'm like, I got to figure this out. After 20 minutes, that pouring of saliva stopped and went back to normal again.
That's an Epsom salts are pretty awesome.
They're amazing.
Yeah, I just got turned
Amazing.
on to that recently. I'm like, I was in serious pain after this workout. It's gone. It's good.
Yeah, it's amazing. Oh, well, it cleanses. It does cleanse, and it got some magnesium and does, so nutrients are going in, but amazing.
Wow. That is wow. See, I always learn something new talking to you. I hope that everyone has been just taking notes. Feel free to watch this again. I will have it up on YouTube soon. You're just a wealth a wealth of information. Thank you so much. I'm excited to get my book. I'm sorry I'm getting it late here, but I'm getting it because I always want to know what you know, and we will be looking forward to those series. I hope you'll come back to talk about them. I want everyone to know when the movie and the series come out. And if you're able to make it to Nashville, once again, guys, be looking for that. Again, that I saw that in Create Option C, so they can join that, or
Yes.
we will have the link here. So thanks so much for being with us once again.
Thank you. Thank you.
God bless all of your work. We appreciate you so much, and we look forward to talking again soon.
Definitely.
Bye, guys. I will see you next week for Simply Felicity. Thanks for watching.